Hey guys, I'm Daisho here bringing you another Hearthstone video, and today I'm going to be playing some more Stipulation Draft. Really exciting, I know. Right, we were in the middle of the first one that I've done so far, which, anyway, for those of you who don't understand what a Stipulation Arena is that I set myself a restriction that the game did not set on me, that I set on myself, and in this case, it was that I can't choose the card in the middle. And I ended up with a pretty decent Paladin deck that isn't as good as it possibly could be, because it doesn't quite. I actually might keep this True Silver Champion just because it's such a good card. It isn't quite as good as it could be because I didn't get the specific cards that I needed in the early portions of the or throughout the draft, so I didn't really fill out my curve as well as I normally like to. But the power level's still pretty close. There's only a couple of junkers in it, like this Light's Justice, but you know, it happens. Anyway, this deck ended up being okay. I'm going to play this Light's Justice here on turn 1, and I'm not going to make the same mistake that I did last game. Did I say my record? I'm 4-0 right now. Anyway, I'm not going to make the same mistake last game, which was that I just played this thing on turn 1 and then didn't attack with it, and then played a True Silver Champion on top of it, and overall I did absolutely nothing with it. It was kind of silly. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Maybe I do mind if I do. Let's just logic this one out before we jump to a conclusion. Fairy Dragon, playing it is a little bit risky. If my opponent has something like Razorfin Hunter and kills, it's probably only like a 25% chance that that'll happen. But if it does, then it's really bad for me. So this guy is going to be played virtually just to trade with this. Although actually what I could do is I could play the Fairy Dragon, hit. I'll take 9 damage. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, I think this is the better play. The chances that he does end up killing my Fairy Dragon this turn are very, very slim. So I think it makes more sense to hold on to this because it has more upside and potential in the future. So my opponent just ignored me. This is an interesting one. So what I could do is I could just hit this. No, it's probably not worth it. I'm taking a lot of extra damage by doing that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to coin out a turtle. And then hit him again in the face. And then hopefully next turn I can kill this turtle. Not the turtle, the golem. Yeah, I didn't want to play the Bloodcell Raider this turn. I could have just played the Farseer. It's not very good on this board. Blessing, O the Kings. That's not great. Alright, so let's think about the best way to deal with this. Looks like I really have one way of dealing with it. Yeah. Wait, no, I don't have a good way of dealing with it. Wow, that was funny. Alright, so yeah, that's gonna be rough here. Could go for the face. Could deal some damage to it and then swap.
Let me think.
Yeah, this is gonna be a rough one. I don't really have a good way of dealing with that Harvest Golem. I don't really have any way of dealing with it. So I think I'm just gonna attack. I'm not really sure what's gonna change between now and next turn, but I guess the card that I draw could help. I don't have any silence in this deck, I don't think. And obviously, I don't have any real removal, because this deck doesn't get access to real removal. Oh, I have an equality. I can draw my one of equality here. That'd be nice. Divine Shield, you say. Well, it's better than nothing. Alright, so we're gonna go kill that thing, and then just kill the golem that appears. And here is to hoping that my opponent can't just finish me off very quickly and easily. If he has like equality, actually, yeah, that would be really good for him. Could end up like swapping the health and stuff, so I wouldn't take so much damage next turn, but it would still be really bad. Hammer of Wrath killing this thing is really bad for me too. So now, yeah, we're back to trying to draw our equality. Noble Sacrifice. That's not actually the worst here. It'll buy me a full turn. Oh, why didn't I just Crazed Alchemist my turtle 3 turns ago? Oh my god. What a misplay. I could have just swapped my turtle's health, made it a 7 power, charged into that, and not lost this game. How... That is just brutally painful to watch, I'm sure. That is so bad, I'm sorry. I really am. That sucks. And I'm probably going to lose this game because of that mistake. Kill your own guy. No, what? You're just picking off my guys one by one? Oh, come on, IzDaisho. That's bad.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, this is just garbage. Okay, well... We are here, may as well make the most of it.
You love my new recipe.
Ugh. Ah! This game was like... Probably should have been even. That's how bad of a mistake that was. It was like probably even to my opponent just completely destroying me. That's how like big of a mistake that was. I mean, his card quality was much higher than mine throughout that entire game, so it looked unlikely that I was gonna win. But that is just such a bad like feeling, getting absolutely destroyed by missing pretty obvious play and like having it be exactly the reason you lose. It's kind of shitty, but you know, not everybody plays perfectly always, and sometimes even average to good players, which is what I generally consider myself, make horrible mistakes like that. And that was a horrible mistake. That feels bad to be immortalized on the internet, but you know, that is the deal that I'm signing up for here. Anyway, playing against a hunter. Always need to look out for Unleash the Hounds, Houndmaster, those kind of things. I'll probably just keep a 3-drop here. This deck doesn't have very many 2s, so like trying to mulligan aggressive. Oh my god. I was gonna say trying to mulligan aggressively into one is not generally winning strategy, but here we got a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4 curve. Turtle. Good turtle. Yeah, they really were trying to push this turtle on me hard. He was like, probably showed up in 5 out of the first 10 packs or something like that. Generally, I don't like to de-stealth this, but it doesn't really have anything that can punish me for it, except for like an Ironforge Rifleman or an Elven Archer. Anyway, they were trying to push this guy hard on me, and he was almost never in the middle. He was always on the left or the right, so I always had a choice of turtle or something else. Ended up picking up 2 of them. Okay, well that kind of sucks. I'm just going to get Explosive Trap 2 for 1 here. Not really much I can do about that. I could play this out, but it's still a 2 for 1, so... Guess it could be, yeah, okay. And I think it makes more sense to follow my curve and stick to this. So what could have ended up being an almost unstoppable start for me ended up kind of being average to bad start, because he's already got some advantage. Yeah, that's okay. Honestly, I think I just want to go upstairs here. It's not that I'm trading 4 damage for killing his creature, because this guy has a death rattle. So basically, I'm trading, essentially, if he can't deal with this, 8 damage, which is definitely worth it. Okay, he's just going to play a secret here. 2 secrets. Oh my god, this is so hard to think about. So there's so many things that it could be. I'll probably start this turn by playing an Argent Protector. But I'm just going to run through the possibilities quickly. Freezing Trap, Misdirection, Snake Trap, Snipe, Explosive Trap. Those are the 5 that it could be. So, Snipe. Okay, let's just test if it's Snipe, since I think I want to do this pretty much regardless. Alright, so one was snipe. Perfect. So now there's one left. Just in case it's a freezing trap, I'm definitely going to attack with this first. So I'm going to hit here, I believe. No, actually, I still don't really care that much about that. So I'm going to hit here, and it is a freezing trap. Perfect. So I think I navigated that situation pretty well. And we're just going to go ahead and Blessing of Wisdom here. Gives him, like, real motivation to hit me up with the silence, and now that's actually pretty good that I've drawn the Twilight Drake. Gives him decent motivation to hit this up with the silence, which I'm not too unhappy about. I mean, the Divine Shield plus the thing makes me kind of want to spread it out a little bit more, but to be honest, it's really not that big of a deal. I don't know, maybe I should have killed this guy. Okay. It's not a big deal. Alright, so very good on his part to kill that, because that sort of looks like it's going to be bad for me. But I'm just going to, I think in the end... Oh, actually there's no point in doing that. I can do this first, and I'll draw my card, and then I can see what I want to do. Alright, well it turns out that I do just want to do this. Even though it's kind of bad for me because he can make a very simple trade there. But yeah, this Twilight Drake is actually going to be pretty large, especially if he can't take out my Chillwind Yeti this turn. And I can attack with it. Alright, so I wonder what he's actually going to kill here. He is going to kill the Chillwind Yeti. Kill the chill. Alright, so should be able to go ahead and trade there. Drop this guy and then make a 1/1. And now my next turn, now I have a clear board. Maybe playing the 1/1 just wasn't worth it. Against Unleash the Hounds, it's very, very bad. Looks like an Unleash the Hounds here. Double Buzzard, you say? This is bad. Okay, well he didn't have an Unleash, but unless he still has the coin. He might actually still have the coin, now that I think about it. What did he coin out in the early game? Didn't coin out like a Harvest Golem, did he? No, he played that on turn 3 after I played my Blade Master. He played the Explosive Trap on turn 2. Turn 4, he played 2 more traps. Yeah, he still has the coin. And there's the Unleash. Okay, draw some cards, my friend. Alright, well, we got ourselves a little game here. My good old 0 Area of Effect deck is not going to enjoy next turn as much as it could have. He shouldn't have put that in the middle. That was for sure a mistake. So I think I want to just kill both of the... how many cards does he have? 8 cards, 12... Yeah, I still need to kill these buzzards. Yeah. This giant guy and get rid of this buzzard. Unfortunate that I needed to go ahead and do that and not just get rid of probably the more threatening minion in the Direwolf Alpha, but I think that it was necessary. I mean, as far ahead as my opponent should be after that turn, he's got 9, 10 to my 7. It's not like insurmountable. But yeah, this has been a very card advantage focused game. So like early on he played the trap that completely destroyed me, got a full 2-for-1. Then late in the middle of the game he played those 2 traps, then neither of them got a full card. And now he's got a lot of traps in this deck, man. And now he played that Unleash those buzzards that drew him a ton of cards, but then off those buzzards I was able to just easily kill his creatures. So it's a little bit of a confusing situation. Yeah, I was easily able to kill the starving buzzards without actually losing value. So yeah, I mean, he might just... I think he's considering running into that with his face and the Direwolf Alpha. So my opponent has looked through 19 cards of his library and has... Oh, that's scary. Yeah, he's definitely going to hit. Alright, so I'm going to take some damage off of that. That's okay, I have plenty of life left. Sweet. Should I just play both of these Blood Cell Raiders? Yeah, I should. I want... Oh. Snipe. Sure. I completely forgot that he had a thing out. That's fine. Whoops. Should have played this guy. Oh, yeah, I definitely should have played this guy first. He's strictly worse. Okay, well, I was not paying attention to that. I really should have constructed my turn around the fact that he had a secret out. He had just done a couple things afterwards, which made me completely forget that he even had a secret, which is very, very terrible, I understand. But, it happened. So now, ugh. Alright, so he's going to kill that, and then he's going to hit here. I mean, he's taking hits. He's down to 12 life, and I've got a couple of big creatures left, but he's got 7 cards. Oh, God, to my 2. Yeah, it's hard to beat. Now I draw that. Alright, well, I think I want to play it this turn, because next turn it won't be nearly as valuable. Alright, there's another True Silver. That's good to see. And we're just going to throw a guy out to die. Okay, sure. You got yourself a multi-shot. Finish it off with that guy? Sure. I think I'd rather have a 4-5 than a... Or I think I'd rather have a 4-5 and a 4-1 than 2 4-3s in most situations. So he's got 8-10. Yeah, I'm actually just dead. I mean, not quite dead, but very close to dead. I'm thinking of my outs. I think there's one Argent Commander in this deck. Alright, I think that my best option here is not to clear his board. Because there's, like, I'm not going to even come close to clearing it. So, may as well just go for the face and put myself in a position where if I draw Hammer of Wrath, one of 2, or Argent Commander, then I can win the game next turn. I mean, there's a good chance he just has me dead here because he has to just have 2 extra damage in 5 cards. Looks like he's got it. Oh, he had 7 extra damage. Yeah, so no matter what I did last turn, I guess I could have played this. 10, 15, he had 5 extra damage. So he had 10, 15, 17, and I was at 12, so I could have, yeah, maybe, oh no, yeah, I maybe could have lived one more turn, but that would not have helped. So, after getting off to a good start, yeah, and that game, I actually think I played pretty well. My opponent just drew a series of cards that I couldn't beat, and it perhaps had to do with my deck construction, the fact that I didn't have any consecrations available, but that wasn't really my fault either, because I didn't see any in the draft. Even there weren't even any that were the middle card that I couldn't take. So, a little bit of a disappointing continuation to my really good 4-0 start. I guess I played that one turn wrong, but I don't think it mattered in the end. Okay, this is actually just a good hand, isn't it? I don't really like that, and I don't really need that either right now. It's pretty good in the early game, but not absurd. Okay, so I drew a Twilight Drake. That kind of makes me not want to coin out these Bloodsail Raiders like was my original plan. I can just play one on turn 2 and then coin out a Twilight Drake on turn 3. And that way, because if I coin out a 2-drop, then I won't have anything to do on turn 3. And that kind of sucks. Sure, you got yourself an Armor Smith. Armor Smith is, like, kind of a good constructed card a lot of the times. But it turns out that it's just a very, or occasionally you see how bad of a card it is, and it just does nothing and gets you no cards and like 5 life, and you're just thinking, why am I playing this card? A little curious that he played that. Not really sure what he's gonna plan on doing, but yeah, I can just finish that guy off. And coining out a Snapjaw here is really tempting. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do that. I can still play this Twilight Drake for the same next turn, and I'd rather attack with the 2/7. I don't know. I'd rather it be out for a turn and my... Oh my god, what is happening right now? Alrighty. Yes, run. Oh, I thought he was running his guy into mine. I would be so okay with that. But yeah, I'm gonna play like a 4-8, 4-9, something like that. Seems pretty good right now. Not unbeatable. He could have a silence. Next turn, I got Kodo to pick off whatever 1 or 2 power creatures he's got out there. Yeah, and the name of the game right now is mana efficiency. Whichever one of us, whoever of us is going to be able to vomit their hand out faster is going to have a huge advantage. It's not that we're going to immediately win the game, but it's a huge advantage to be able to play your cards first. And this is just sick. Yeah, so I mean, I have insane board control. My opponent's on 7 cards, and I'm on 7 cards. Don't really see how my opponent's getting back into this one. Would have to do with like playing a 1-drop, playing Brawl, getting the 1-drop to live. I don't know. If he played Brawl and killed these 2, then I mean, I still get to make a really good board next turn. I don't know. I have a number of options here. Likely my best one is to just Hammer of Wrath and hit. So I think I'm just going to do that. Without really thinking about it for long enough. As well, I'm going to play this Worgen Infiltrator and this Lights Justice. Lights Justice is a good play right here because I have this Bloodsail Raider that I want to drop anyway, and I could wait until I draw a True Silver Champ, but I mean, playing this guy as a 3/3 is probably okay in this board. Then again, making this play is a little bit less good than just making a 1/1. Number 1, I get 1 less 1/1 overall, and number 2, these fit very nicely into the curve, and it definitely helps out in that respect. Whirlwind? Okay, I guess that'll get there. Hey man, this seems so unimpressive, just beating into armor. Alright. Doesn't really matter where I place that guy, and I don't think I need to play a Noble Sacrifice here. So yeah, as I was saying, I could have just played the Worgen Infiltrator this turn, or the Lights Justice this turn, and it would have been a lot better. A little better. Fair amount better. I don't know. Turtle. Why is this not creature type turtle? I don't like that. Do not like that. Alright, we're gonna use this guy, I think, this turn. Yeah. So first, go with one of those. Then, a little swippity swap. Swippity swap swoop. And yeah, I'd rather just keep more minions alive against this guy. Against a lot of people I would like to trade, but against Garrosh, not really feeling it. So yeah, I'm not going to commit too much to the board, because while Brawl is an epic, it still is a card, so may as well play around it as best I can. So I just played a turtle out. But yeah, actually Brawl would be pretty bad here. It would be. Actually, I don't know. Does making an extra 1/1 make me more or less weak to Brawl? Probably more. Because, I mean, my creature's going to survive anyway. And then if this is the creature that survives, then that's just completely garbage for me. Alright, so my opponent just did a bunch of irrelevant things. And I'm completely okay with all of them. Right, so I think I'd actually rather hit than get some damage on my Chillin' Yeti. Because if I attack there, then he can just finish it off. Yeah, we're just gonna do a little more of that and maybe go for an attack up there. Maybe I should have played Noble Sacrifice so he'd just take 2 extra damage and not kill any of my creatures with that weapon, but really not concerned with winning this game. I hope I lose it, just because I said that line. Gorehowl does nothing here. Gorehowl is a very insane and almost unbeatable card when you're ahead, but when you're behind, it's super unimpressive. Alright, so I've got 7, 8, 9. So Not quite killing him here. Thank you. Alright, we're just gonna do some hitting. Play Noble Sacrifice so he can't kill any of my guys. Pick up a turtle, play a turtle. Does not matter. It's so irrelevant. I don't know why my opponent hasn't conceded yet. I mean, I guess if I'm in his spot, I'm at least waiting until I draw my last card and probably just still playing. But then again, I am at 24. There's zero chance that he wins this game. It is not even remotely close. And I mean, just to play it out for the sake of playing it out seems silly. I hope he concedes now. He's like, oh, well, I guess he got me. He played a secret. Can't beat it. And Battle Rage. You got it, bro. I mean, I don't know why you don't do that first. I still don't know what you're drawing to, but seriously, why don't you just do that first? If your plan is to play the game out, you may as well give yourself the best chance you can to win by drawing a card and seeing a card, because you know that the cards that you have right now are not going to allow you to win this game. So you may as well draw cards and see if those will, even though you can probably deduce from all of the cards in your deck that there are none that can help you. I guess Deathwing. If you had a Deathwing, then I might not have been able to win. I had an equality in hand, though, so even Deathwing doesn't really get there. Deathwing plus Gorehowl. Yeah, maybe Deathwing plus Gorehowl gets there. Because it doesn't say destroys all weapons, Deathwing. That is, it just discards your hand and kills all your minions. So you can still get some value out of it that way. Or I guess if you have Death Rattles. I don't know, I'm just thinking of random things. Anyway, may as well keep a 2-drop here. Divine Favor. It might not be the worst thing in the world to keep Divine Favor. Rogue could go one of two ways. He could vomit out his hand early, or he could hold the coin for late for a combo. But just because, I should just keep that. But it's such a bad card, I don't need to keep it. Just because it's a possibility that my opponent coins out a 2-drop right away, the Defias Ringleader, I don't really want to play, I don't really want to keep Divine Favor, because in that kind of game, Divine Favor will be really bad because my opponent's beating me down. So it kind of does double duty, if you get what I'm saying. So I think that guy's just going to be a 2-for-1 here, and there's not really much that I can do about it, other than just start taking damage. I mean, I could have just reinforced here and hope that he daggers up and hits, or not hope that he doesn't do that, but don't really see much point in doing it that way. So yeah, he basically got a 2-for-1 out of it. He had to use a couple extra mana, but still worth it on his part. Alright, not a good turn. Should have kept the Thraumel Farseer. He would have actually been really good to play on this board. Alright, sure. Noble Sacrifice is so bad against this deck. Oh, sweet. I'll just play this instead. I was going to say, alright, well, I got to play this True Silver Champion because I can't play Noble Sacrifice because he can just dagger up. Yeah, Noble Sacrifice is probably the worst card in this matchup. And also the Druid matchup. Which is, I actually, now that I'm considering it, this card's probably not so bad and generally would be able to see play. It's just those two matchups that make it completely unwinnable, or completely useless in those matchups that ruin it. Ooh, Light's Justice. Well, I don't need to do that because I actually just have this. And if I were just to play Light's Justice, if I were to play Light's Justice this turn to hit, then I would just reinforce. So, not really beneficial. I'd much rather try and get a 4-2 on board. Okay, you got me with a Fan of Knives, dagger, hit. That's fine. Let's draw a Chillwind Yeti or a Boulder Fist Ogre here, something like that. That'd be sweet. Hopefully. Alright, I mean that's a non-zero card. I figure I may as well try and get some damage out of this because it's probably going to be a useless card. But yeah, reinforcing, I mean, making this play, there's really, these 3 cards don't do much right now. I'd rather save the True Silver Champion rather than going towards the face to hit one of his creatures, because I'm going to need to kill some creatures if I want to win this one. I'm already down a couple of cards though, so I am tempted to just try and go for the face. So he's just going to kill my 1/1. Alright, what are we going to do here? Hammer of Wrath is an insane draw. It just turns what would have been a very difficult situation into one that I can actually deal with. And I think this is the most value I'm going to possibly get off of that Noble Sacrifice, because it'll buy me 1 turn off of the weapon that he's about to make, and then I can Ancient Brewmaster pick back up my Mind Control tech. So pretty much the best case scenario for Noble Sacrifice is just like as a tempo play. So he's just going to sprint here. My god. He's got a lot of cards to work with. But that is ballsy.
For justice.
And I say that because just leaving an empty board can be very scary. Or not an empty board, but a full, when your opponent's got stuff on board, it can be very devastating. So next turn I actually think I have lethal. 7, 12, 16. But there's a good chance that he's going to at least take out one of my guys and perhaps put up a taunter or 2. I think it would be pretty unlikely for my opponent. I mean, obviously he's not going to see it because like 7 of that damage is surprise, or 8 of that damage rather. Alright, so there's that, probably into an SI7 agent.
This guy's toast.
That's fine. 7, 8, 12. So yeah, I do not quite have lethal here. Perdition's Blade. Well, that's an extra 2. That doesn't matter. Still 2 behind? 7, 11, still 3 behind. Quality. Not really something that I need here. So I have 2 options, so I could just hit him upstairs and just hope that he doesn't have any way to kill me.
Let me think.
I could swap the healths, then equality, then hit for 7. And finish it off with Light's Justice, then play this. There's a lot of options that I have here. So my opponent's got 7 cards in hand, 8, 9. He's got so many more cards than me. I'm at so much more life. I think that my best chance of winning this game is to just go on the aggro plan. I'm not 100% sure that this is going to work out, and that is kind of scary. But I can also hedge by holding the Mind Control tech in hand, so if my opponent does add to the board too much this turn, then I can actually just Mind Control tech and win. So basically, this is pretty reliant on my opponent not gaining life or playing taunters. Oh god, that's annoying. And a backstab. Alright. Finish that off. Play a Chillwind Yeti. Please don't have it. Alright. Well played. So, I mean, my opponent just didn't have any taunters. Really sucks, but I think that I made the right decision, just because it would be so hard for me to come back after that kind of situation. But at least I managed to win a couple of games after losing those first 2, and I think that I can safely end the video on this note. So yeah, 6-2, not so bad for a stipulation draft. I don't know. I think that the deck ended up being okay, and I don't know how much losses were my fault and how much were just random chance. Probably at least some my fault. But yeah, this deck is definitely not ideal. I mean, anytime you see a curve like this, you know that something weird is going on. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.